Many times in the game, the ball's not hit right at us, and a good infielder needs to be able to move to our right and left. The first technique I'm going to cover is going to our glove hand side. There's a couple of things that you want to think about when you're moving laterally as an infielder. Number one, we want to take a good angle. The angle is probably the most important thing in us getting to the ball or not getting to the ball. One key element I think in going laterally is always make sure that we use a good crossover step. And a crossover step is nothing more than pivoting our feet, getting our knees and our hips pointed toward the direction that we're going to run. We're going to cross over, and we're going to try to get to that ball as efficiently as possible. One thing that you need to think about, the further the ball is away from you, the deeper the angle you must take to get to that ball, especially in softball with the field being so short. So if the ball is away from us a pretty good distance, I want to make sure that my crossover takes me back toward the outfield grass. The last thing I want to do is cut my crossover off and therefore take a very shallow angle, and I'm not going to have the chance of having as much range as I would if I have a deeper angle toward the outfield. Once we've arrived at the ball, this is the challenge. Anytime we go to our glove hand side, we're taking ourselves away from our target to the most part. And this is when footwork becomes very important. One of the footwork that we use when we go to our glove hand side contradicts anything that you ever say about proper throwing. We always want to step toward our target. Well, this is one time when an infielder will have to step behind so that they can get themselves turned. This is the only time that I will allow our infielder to step behind, but it's the most efficient way to allow myself to change directions. I need to throw to first base, so the quickest way for me to do it is obviously not step in front, not replace my feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a jab step back so that I can turn, get my hips and shoulders in line toward my target.
To review fielding the ball glove hand side, start with a good crossover step. Run to the ball. With your throwing hand foot, take a jab step back. Turn, and get your hips and shoulders in line toward your target.
Sometimes you're blessed to have a great infielder that has tremendous range. At the Olympic level, we are blessed with kids that really can go get the ball and sometimes really get out of position. The one play that I'd like to share with you is that ball that you receive back behind second base toward the outfield grass. You've made a great play, you've secured the catch, but unfortunately it's very hard for you to turn your body to throw to first base. And the one thing that I've found that's probably the quickest way is using a reverse pivot. This would be one time I would allow the infielder to turn their back, plant, and throw.
To review the reverse pivot when fielding glove hand side. As you secure the ball, step with your throwing hand foot. Turn your back. Plant your throwing hand foot. Step forward with your glove hand foot to turn and throw.